Alright, any of you shitbirds want to know how to make Philly cheesesteak?
Hope they don't shit on you, Bubbles.
Shit on me? Who?
Shit hogs. Big, dirty shit hogs.
I'm going to make some Philly cheesesteaks, but I guess we're going to call these South Carolina cheesesteaks. Because I got some sandwich steaks on clearance for $1.73. Important thing to note, you want to make sure that the steak is at least like 70% frozen, because when it comes time to cut that steak, it's going to be much easier. So, yeah, it's got all kind of seeds and shit in it.
No stress, no seeds, no stems, no sticks. Some of that real sticky, icky, icky. Ooh wee.
Generally, when you cut a pepper like that, there are no seeds. So, I'm just going to do this cheesesteak with bell peppers and onions. However, you can add mushrooms, you can add jalapenos, you can add whatever it is that you like to eat to these cheesesteaks. I just prefer to only have onions and peppers. So, I'm going to make sure there's not any seeds, in which that's like the worst part about bell peppers is the seeds. Because they stick to everything, they go all over the goddamn place. You don't want the seeds. And I'm sure you guys have seen my video on how to cut a bell pepper, which I'm going to cut that in half with 4 seeds. Hang out over there. At this point, I'm just going to take these and slice them down real thin, little pieces, put them in a bowl. Novel idea. Peppers in a bowl. And again, you want to make sure to cut that white part of the pepper out. And cut it in half and so, nothing special going on here. Nothing special at all. Just cutting peppers. Did you guys do anything exciting today with your infinite time and resource? I didn't do anything exciting today. I just kind of hung out because it's just about that time of the year for me. And I threw a bell pepper on the floor. And Kitty's going to smell it, and Kitty's not going to eat it. Now, it's just about that time of the year for me where it's about to be oak leaf season, and I'm about to be busy. And it's whatever it is. At the moment, I'm just kind of sitting around in purgatory, which is a blast, said nobody ever. So once you get your bell pepper sliced into nice little uniform pieces and parts and in the bowl, you're going to take your onion. Now, you can see the root end, you can see the sprout end. You want to set that onion just like that, cut it halfway down the middle, in between, so that you split the root and you split the growth end. And then you want to peel that onion back from that spot. As you can see, this one's got a little bit of mold on the funky spot. So you take what you peeled off. It's all fine and dandy. Cut that shit off. That'd be the sprout end where the little green things come up from the other side. So you take the onion, and again, root side, slice, 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 like this. It isn't rocket science, folks. It's onions. And then, kind of like that. And guess what? You've then got a diced onion in little to no steps. Throw that onion in with the pepper. One more cut. You know, just like that. You've got onions and peppers for cheesesteak. And now you might wonder why I'm on my green cutting board rather than my my white cutting board, because I will cut vegetables on my meat board, okay, but I won't cut meat on my vegetable board. This is where I generally cut the meat, is on this particular cutting board, as opposed to this cutting board here that I only cut vegetables on. I never cut meat on this cutting board. But if you're going to cut vegetables and meat, cut your vegetables first and then cut your meat. It isn't rocket appliances, as they say in Trailer Park Boys. So, I'm going to take my $1.73 worth of sandwich steaks. Make sure that piece is not stuck. Throw that shit in the trash. Alright, at this point, you just want to cut as small and thin of pieces as you possibly can. And this is why I say you want frozen steak, because it comes off like this, okay? But you want to cut it down a little bit more into smaller pieces. And when it's frozen, it works way better to cut it down than when it's thawed out. Because, I mean, you can just get a nice little slice, nice little slice, nice little slice. See? And it cuts so much better when it's frozen. Then you can take it and just chop that shit up. Now you got little pieces of steak. And cut it. And cut it. Alright. I'm going to stop the video right here, and I'm going to catch you guys when the frying pan's hot with butter. Once you got your meat cut, some people might ask, what are you drinking? What are you drinking? This is Red Bull before Red Bull was even a thing. The original OG recipe for Red Bull. You get it at the Asian market. It's about $1.25 a bottle instead of $3 a bottle. That's where Red Bull came from. If you don't know about the OG Red Bull, I'm sorry, but that's it. It's a little bit more syrupy, and it's not carbonated. They take the same recipe here in the States for OG Red Bull, okay? They add a little bit of carbonation and they put it in a can. Yay! So while you're waiting, preheat your pan to about medium heat. Get some butter ready, because we're going to need about 4 tablespoons of butter. Alright, once you got your pan good and preheated on a medium heat, you're going to take your butter. Today I'm only going to use 3 tablespoons instead of 4. I'm trying to be health conscious. Said nobody's ever. Put your butter in the pan, let it dance. Once the butter starts to dance in the pan, you know it's preheated. And then you want to take your wooden spoon, but in my case, my wooden spoon is plastic. I don't have a wooden spoon. I don't have anything wooden in my kitchen. I'd like to have some wooden countertops, but they're Formica. Anyway, let that butter melt down. Coat the whole pan. Move it around, help it out a little bit. Give it a little slap on the ass. Perhaps stick the wooden spoon up your butt while you're in the process. Who knows, right? So make sure that butter coats the entire pan. Once that butter coats the entire pan, you take your meat. And you're going to stir fry this meat until it is good and brown. And you're going to put that in the sink. So this is going to take a minute, but in the meantime, much like with everything else that I use, Real Mates roasted garlic and herb. You can't ever go wrong using this stuff. And you almost can't over-season with this stuff nonetheless. Like, shake some of that shit in there and call it a day. Now, stir fry that stuff around until it is good and brown. Alright, once your meat starts to get brown, add your peppers and onions. And stir fry that shit around until they are tender. Now, if you've ever really paid attention to any of my my cooking videos, I don't like to cook my peppers until they're dead. I like them to just be hot and somewhat tender, give or take. So you want to make sure you mix that up. You break up the onions and all that. You can see the pan gets cold. However, stir fry that for about 5 minutes, give or take, until the onions and the peppers are good and hot. Alright, once everything's good and hot, this is what I like to do because I don't have a lid for this frying pan. Because this is a big old 12-inch NSF pan. Everything's good and hot. Turn it off. I push it all over to one side. I have some shredded chipotle and habanero. Just sprinkle right over the top of it and dump whatever's left because that one's empty. And much like I like my women, thick-cut Mexican. If I could find me a thick-cut Mexican woman, then again, I'm a married man. I do like me some thick-cut Mexican ladies, though. Anyway, you want to cover that cheesesteak? Good with cheese. Put a pan over the top of it. Wait about, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, give or take. While you're waiting on that, you can take your rolls that you got on sale for $1.99. Undo the old twisty tie. Tasty rolls, cheesesteak rolls. Now, you want to look at this roll, and you see here's the fat side, there's the skinny side. It's going to hinge better that direction. So I'm going to take this roll and cut it about 95%. Not all the way. That way the roll hinges open. So that when it comes time to put the cheesesteak goodness inside of it, yeah, good stuff. I'll catch you when the cheese is melted. Alright, so it's at this point, you take that pan that has been a lid off. You got cheesesteak. And you got that bun. How hungry are you, dear? Hungry. The wife's hungry. I'm going to take some of that delicious cheesesteak goodness and just pile it up on that bun. Alright. I'm going to catch you guys at the cutting board. Into which, bam, cheesesteaks. Who says you got to go out to eat tasty, huh? Yeah, cheesesteak, cheesesteak, cheesesteak. Nom 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 nom.